Ford just canceled the F-150 Lightning. Why does that matter? I'll tell you why in this video. First of all, I own a Ford F-150 Lightning. I actually just bought it a few months ago, so I have like 68 more payments and it's mine.
6 more payments, gentlemen, and this beautiful blue four-door luxury sedan is all mine.
So I have a vested interest in this being canceled. And there was a lot of buzz about what was going to happen. Were they going to cancel it? Weren't they going to cancel it? I'm going to talk about all that in this video. What's really going on, why it matters, and what's coming next. A little bit of backstory. Ford has made the F-150 Lightning since 2022. So it's really been in production for 4 years. And I love mine. It's a great truck. However, it's an EV truck. And so being as it's a truck, it's not extremely efficient. And being as it's an EV, it's not extremely long range. Matter of fact, Chevrolet's EV trucks are longer range than Ford's long range Lightning. If you follow any of this sort of stuff, you know that EV sales aren't strong. They haven't been as strong as the manufacturers anticipated a few years ago. There's been a lot of things that have changed politically, economically, etc. with regards to that. I'm not going to get into the politics of it all, but while in theory an EV pickup truck makes a lot of great sense, in reality a lot of people just haven't been buying it. That's the facts. Now for me personally, I love mine. I'm going to keep it. This doesn't change anything for me. I just have to cross my fingers that they'll keep servicing it. So let me read you some of the press release information here. I believe the sales this last year were strongest ever right before the $7,500 tax incentive got lifted. But I think they're only selling like 30,000 of these a year, which is a very small number. And Ford is rethinking things based on consumers and customers. And that's the right way to go as a business. So they just put out a press release talking about how they're changing their manufacturing footprint, etc., and that they're going to be getting rid of the Ford F-150 Lightning. And then it links to this other article here, which is the ultimate no-compromise truck. The next generation F-150 Lightning, EREV, I'll talk about that in a second, delivers electric torque, 700 plus mile range, and powerful towing. An EREV is an extended range EV. I know we have a lot of different names for these kinds of things. My takeaway from this is that this is the Chevy Volt all over again. And if you don't know what the Chevy Volt is, the Chevy Volt was really a great idea. It was an EV that had a gasoline car engine in there that sole purpose was to keep the battery charged. You would run on your EV battery for the first however long. The Volt didn't have really long range, so maybe it was 50 miles or whatever. And then after that, the engine would kick on solely to charge the battery. And this is the same technology that I believe Fisker used in their Karma, which eventually became Karma. Anyway, it used a gasoline engine to recharge the battery to give it longer range. So that's the concept here. And let me read you some excerpts from this press release here. Ford Motor Company today announced the next generation of the F-150 Lightning, a truck engineered to redefine what electric pickup can do. Leveraging advanced extended range electric vehicle technology, the next generation F-150 Lightning will offer the best of both worlds, the seamless instant power of an electric powertrain and the freedom of a generator-backed estimated range of more than 700 miles. Unlike a traditional hybrid, the F-150 Lightning EREV is propelled 100% by electric motors. This ensures owners get the pure EV driving experience they love, including rapid acceleration and quiet operation, while eliminating the need to stop and charge during a long-distance towing. Like the current F-150 Lightning, the next-gen version will also offer exportable electricity that can power everything from work sites to campsites to homes during a power outage. And by the way, I have used my Ford Lightning to power my house during a power outage, and it's awesome. The F-150 Lightning is a groundbreaking product that demonstrated an EV pickup can still be great F-Series, said Doug Field, Ford's Chief EV Digital and Design Officer. Our next generation F-150 Lightning EREV will be every bit as revolutionary. It delivers everything Lightning customers love, near instantaneous torque and pure electric driving, but with a high-powered generator enabling an estimated range of 700 plus miles. It tows like a locomotive. Heavy-duty towing and cross-country travel will be as effortless as the daily commute. Production of the current F-150 Lightning ends this year. The next generation F-150 Lightning EREV will also be assembled at the Rogue Electric Vehicle Center in Dearborn. Ford will share more details about this vehicle and launch timing at a later date. So while this is bad news, it's actually good news, because one of the number one complaints that people have about EVs, whether they own one or not, is range. And I have the shortest range Ford Lightning that there is. Mine has a maximum potential range of like 240 miles, because that was cheaper and it was still very expensive to buy the one with the small battery. For my needs, 99% of the time, that battery is way more than enough. I actually took a long trip just a week or so ago where I used pretty much all of the battery, or intended to use pretty much all of the battery, and I may post a video about that in the future. But my point is, that's a problem with these. So if this technology, if this generator is a small gas motor somewhere, or gas generator, or an engine, and it loses the frunk, then it loses the frunk. I love the frunk. If it loses that, that's just part of the compromise, I guess. And, you know, quite frankly, people haven't been lining up to buy this thing. It's expensive and it's limited in range, and people get concerned about that, especially with things like towing, because if you've ever tried to charge at a charging station, public charging, towing a trailer, it can be a very big challenge. That's all there is about this right now. Stay tuned to this channel. Be sure to subscribe. I have lots of other car-related content on here. See you in the next video.